and I love to share mom motivation. I love to share a lot of cleaning on my channel and Christian motherhood inspiration, and today I have some cooking for you. I haven't shared a lot of crockpot recipes on my channel, but when the weather starts to change, which it's still hot here where I live, but when the weather does start to change, I love to pull out the crockpot, and we have a few tried and true favorites that I'm going to share with you today. So first of all, we're going to be making a pork roast in the crockpot. We call it our Crockpot Carnitas. It's delicious. It's so simple. Just really requires onion roast, a pork roast, and then whatever seasoning you like. I will give you a few of my favorite tips for seasonings, and then we're going to make a crockpot beef soup, beef and veggie soup. You can honestly use any veggies that you have on hand. I love to use frozen veggies, like a bag of mixed veggies, or really anything can go in there. It always turns out so delicious, and my secret to making awesome beef soup is the tomato. I'll show you what kind of tomato I'm using in mine today. Our third crockpot recipe is going to be chicken, and we aren't going to put it in the crockpot right now, but we're going to prep it, marinate it, get it in the fridge, so that all we have to do that morning is dump it in the crockpot and press go, and then we'll have it ready by the afternoon. One thing about cooking chicken in the crockpot is don't overcook it. My husband does not like it when our chicken turns to mush, so we make sure to just keep it to about a 3-hour cook time for the chicken, and it always comes out perfect for us that way. So if you are up for it and you're ready for some tried and true crockpot favorites, let's get started. I'm so glad you joined me for this one, because this is one of our absolute favorite crockpot meals. I've shared this recipe before. It's way back on my channel. I called it Crockpot Carnitas, and we love it. All it is onions and a big old pork roast. I like to buy the cheapest pork roast, find it on sale. It can really feed a crowd. I'm using both of these small pork roasts today, and this will be a meal plus a really good amount of leftovers for us. And we have a large family. We have 8 people in our family. When I make this much, we can have a family the same size as ours over, and everyone will eat well. Usually when we serve this, we serve it with corn tortillas. You can also serve it with flour tortillas. And we shred up lettuce or cabbage to go on top. I will cook this slow, on low, for up to 20 hours. So definitely give this at least 12 hours in your crock pot, and you will impress any guest.
It's a day like this. It's a day I really would have missed.
I'm pulling out my second crock pot here, and this is actually my favorite crock pot because it's one of the smart pots that you can set the amount of time that you want it to cook. I need to get a larger one of these, but this is my favorite crock pot, and if you look closely you can tell it's been through something, but it's hanging in there. So for this beef and veggie soup, I love it with cabbage. If you're not a fan of cabbage, leave it out. You can really put any veggie in that you like. I love to use up whatever veggies I have on hand, root veggies like potatoes and carrots. I love cabbage and even cauliflower. You can make this low carb by totally leaving out the higher carb veggies. The one thing that I insist beef and veggie soup needs is some kind of tomato. I'm using Roma tomatoes because they hold up nicely to cooking, but I also love to use just a splash of tomato sauce or a couple spoonfuls of spaghetti sauce. Anything like that will make this soup over the top. I absolutely love adding tomato to my beef and veggie soup. When I make chicken veggie soup, I leave the tomato out. No tomato in that. But beef and veggie soup, it makes it absolutely perfect.
Or just sit beside me in that world.
All 3 of these crockpot meals today are super low carb friendly. I am going to leave all of my recipes down in the description box. These are my own recipes that I have made over the years. I'm sure I started off with some kind of inspiration somewhere, but I genuinely don't remember getting these particular recipes from anywhere. They're just things that my family loves, that we have eaten over the years, and that I want to share with you because we are coming up on crockpot season. I actually saw today some people posted some great crockpot recipes, so I know everyone is out there looking for the best recipes of the season, and I know that these are among them.
So I hope you'll check out those recipes and you'll go ahead and try some of these, whatever appeals to you. Here is one of my secret weapons. I actually put this in all 3 of the dishes that I made today. That pork roast is over the top with bay leaves. I put bay leaves in the soup. It just gives something to it, that flavor that it's simmered for hours. And I know in the crock pot it has, but also in my 3rd recipe, adobo is really just taken to the next level with those bay leaves. So if you haven't tried bay leaves, they just are wonderful in dishes like this. So adobo is a Filipino dish with soy sauce and vinegar as its kind of sauce that the chicken simmers in. I've kind of adapted a crockpot version, and it is not traditional at all, I'm sorry to say, but it has that same tangy, spicy flavor. We used to love to get a spicy vinegar, so I'm going to go ahead and tack some serrano chilies and some garlic in here. And then I'm just doing 1 part of the soy sauce, or in my case liquid aminos, to 2 parts of white vinegar. I'm going to let this just sit and marinate in the fridge. And then the reason I'm putting it in this little ice cream tub is because that is the exact same size as my round crock pot. So if you ever want to freeze a crock pot meal and you need a conveniently same sized container, if you have a round crock pot, an ice cream container might be your ticket. I don't know when I discovered that, but it is so convenient to just be able to pull it out and plop it right into your crock pot. So hope that helps someone. About 4 hours, our veggie beef soup was done and it smelled amazing. You can see I did go ahead and put the potatoes, some carrots, and I think that's all I added that you didn't really see, but you can literally add any veggies and it's amazing. Even a big old bag of frozen veggies thrown in there, that will cook. So we loved how it came out. It was so flavorful, and we ate it with a squeeze of lemon.
So thanks so much for joining us today. We have 2 things on. One is going to be for this evening, one is for tomorrow, and then we will definitely have leftovers from that to carry us on into the new week. And our chicken will be pulled out on Monday. That would be a perfect just kind of chill, hang out, no work, no mess kind of Monday meal for us. So thanks so much for joining me. If you like this one, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss an upload. And I would love it if you can give me a thumbs up. That really helps my channel out and lets YouTube know that you like my content. Thanks for joining me today. See you next time. Bye.